At Your Own Risk, episode 21. The Copilot podcast is underway, and the Baja 1000 is next week, so that should be exciting. But one of the things I do want to share in this episode is that 2025 is almost over, and the really the only race left is really the Baja 1000 at this point, and then there is one more legacy race left. That probably that would be the last one that, well, other than maybe if you're running Rage at the River, that probably is the last race of the season for anybody. But as the season winds down for most series, um, it's always a time where I get asked what I'm going to be doing next year, and there's teams that reach out and find out and trying to figure out what I'll be doing and who I'm going to be doing it with. As far as being in the co-pilot seat, where I like to be and what I enjoy doing, and I am very excited to share that next year in 2026, I have been offered the opportunity to continue and to navigate for Kirk Harkey in his Spec Trophy truck for next season in 2026. That I have gladly accepted to take that on. And it kind of feels good to have a team that I'm fully committed to, that I know I'm going to be there, that I can schedule things out with my work, and know that I have fully committed to them in whether it's, whatever we have to do, whether it's pre-running or whether it's testing. It'll definitely give me an opportunity to kind of schedule my things out and definitely put that team ahead of everything, and know that that's what I'm willing to commit myself to for next year in 2026. It also allows me to schedule my family time as well. So I'm kind of looking forward to being fully committed to one team and one team only for right now. Again, I'm unfortunately I am getting old, and I do need to realize that as well. But I thoroughly enjoy racing as much as I can, and my body is getting older, and it does get take a little bit more time to heal up from things. Currently, still from the last race where we had a little pretty hard crash. I'm fully recovering from my back. It was just pretty badly bruised, but I'm feeling very well as far as recuperating from that. I've been able to get out and go run 5 miles like I normally do with no problems, really no issues with it. So again, I want to thank Kirk for the opportunity and giving me that chance to co-pilot for him next year. I'm really, really excited about that, and just really looking forward to it, and knowing that I can commit to that. And it always makes me feel good that I'm with a team that knows that I'm going to be there for them, the full time, and really just allocated, like I said, my time to them, and whatever else it is that we have to do in order to get better, whether it's a little bit more seat time on the weekends or anything like that. I'm willing to do that with the right team. So I'm really excited for that. And again, I thank Kirk Harkey for extending that invitation to me, and letting me be a part of that. So I'm looking forward to 2026 already. I know as I speak right now, the Baja 1000 is still, like I said, next week. I am planning to be down there and helping David Ziegler with the Ziegler Brothers truck, the 2-wheel drive 15T in the trophy truck class. And as of right now, I'm either getting in at the very last section, or maybe something else happens and that changes. But I'm there to support them, and I've been very fortunate that I've got to do the other 3 races all year long. The Baja 250, the Baja 400, the Baja 500, and now the big race, obviously, which is the Baja 1000. I'm really looking forward to that, and just helping David and his team, and see what we can muster for that last race. I know it's always a lot of work for everybody, and obviously that race starts on Friday, November 14th. And most teams finish on the 15th the next morning, early in the morning for some of them. But again, I'm looking forward to that. And then really, I just wanted to dive into some of the other stuff that's going on, whether it's some of the questions that I've been asked. And I get that this one question I probably get asked repeatedly, and I'm trying to share what I know, how I've done things, and been able to be in the opportunities that I have been given. I know that, you know, I've said it before, and a lot of times, you have to have some kind of, to me, some mechanical skill that you may have is probably a big benefit to being a part of a team. Honestly think that you definitely need to keep yourself humble, that you need to understand that there's a lot of learning to do in this sport, whether you've been doing it for, like I've been doing it for 15 years and I'm still learning. Every single time you're learning, and you got to understand that you don't know it all, and that the most dangerous thing that can happen to you being in the situation of these trucks where they're going fast, whether, and I'm telling you, whether it's a truck, I've been in a UTV as well. You got to be smart and understand that things are always changing, and you have to be able to adapt to be in those positions. So I think, people ask me how I've done it, how I've gotten here, and it really comes down to just the work. You got to put in the work. It's a big work ethic thing that I think a lot of people forget and think that it's just, oh well, I can do that, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that can. But it is a some discipline to it, and even now that we're getting ready for the Baja 1000, I'm still doing work on the map where I'm trying to remember things from another previous race, another section. Luckily for me, like this coming up race, I basically raced the same section last year when I was with the Brenthal team. We came in second place. Abdali did a lot of the work at that race because he got the second leg and made a ton of positions up that ended up getting us to in second place for that race, and that was last year, in 2024. And so it's always, it's always a work in progress, and you gotta. The biggest thing I gotta say is you gotta keep yourself humble. That there is no way that you're this amazing individual that just can get it done, and obviously there are some anomalies out there, like the guys that keep winning the trophy truck class, um, Ampudia and his navigator. I mean, those guys are on another level, and that's awesome to see because obviously they're doing the work. They're somehow doing the work, and it's paying off. So, kudos to them for those guys that can do it like that and have just another level of not only driver skill but navigating skill as well. So, it's all to me. It always comes down to, I'm telling you, putting in the work. And a lot of people have asked me too, how did I end up? And I know I've said it before, and if it bores you, you can turn this off and keep going. But um, when I started, it wasn't like I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a navigator. I accidentally fell into it by being a part of a chase team. I was, filling up a truck and changing tires, and they needed a navigator at one of the races, and I happened to, uh, obviously be there for the pit, and got volunteered to jump in the seat. And as a kid, growing up, I was always fascinated with off road racing. My dad took me to the races as a kid, and it really came down to, making myself being a part of it. and understanding that maybe an opportunity would come at some point or another. Um, but I think, I know I was in San Diego a while back, and there was two young kids talking, some welders, at another table, and they were asking, they were talking to each other about, oh, being a part of a team and all this other stuff, and I, couldn't help it but to talk to them and tell them, look, you gotta, I'm like, hey man, I hear you guys are talking about off road racing and trucks, and they're both welders, and they're like, oh yeah, we want to be a part of a team, and, I said, the best thing that you can do is volunteer. Volunteer yourself to be on part of those pit crews. There's guys out there that are, I know I share it on my pages, whether it's my page on, Daniel Plaza, or whether it's the Copilot Mafia page. I'm always sharing. If I see somebody that's looking for, pit support, or even Chris Pulverti, doesn't, has for a while there, he was sending out, for you to send a resume to be part of their crew in Baja. And so if you're trying to be a part of this community of the off road and doing something with it, you got to take initiative. Nothing happens if you don't take initiative. You're just, it's not going to happen by just sitting there and thinking that, well, what's magic going to happen? It's happening for that guy or this other guy. Yeah, it's probably happening because they're putting some effort into it, which is what you have to do. And so, I consider myself amazingly blessed that I had a father that taught me how to do mechanics. I didn't like it, and I've said it before. It wasn't the best. Like, I was not enamored with it, and I said, "The hell, I'm never going to be a mechanic." But that's the best thing that ever happened to me, was my father teaching me how to be a mechanic and being able to fix things, um, out in the middle of nowhere. So, again, you have to be looking, you have to be proactively looking into being a part of the off-road racing community. And I know maybe you think like, oh, well, maybe he's got money. That I don't have anything, man. All I have is my talent, my God-given talent of being able to navigate and somehow not get sick while I'm in the seat, because unfortunately I've heard of a lot of guys that get sick in the navigator seat. And luckily for me, I'll knock on wood, I don't get sick. I'm very fortunate that I'm completely zoned out, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm so glad that I do not get sick, because that would be had to be how that would just have to be horrible to get sick in a vehicle like that, and where I've heard guys throwing up in their helmets and stuff like that. So, um, it's just again, if I'm answering why or how do you end up being a part of a race team, I said yeah, I would recommend that you look for a race team to be a part of in any way possible, in the pits, doing whatever job that they're asking you to do, and be proactively looking for those opportunities, whether it's on social media, whether it's on Race Desert, whether it's on, Fishgistics, or whatever anybody else shares on any social media platform. I think that is the best area that you're going to find something, that will suit you. So, my biggest advice would be to make yourself available to do those things, and always be asking questions. I know, there was a gentleman at the last race, a young kid. I'm going to say young kid because, most of the guys are kids to me at this point. He came up to me, and I answered one of his Facebook things of like, what do I need to do? I'm going to my first race. And I literally gave him, the best advice that I could, was to go into this, um, knowing that that's what you're doing, is navigating, and that's it, and do it to the best of your ability, whether it's a small race or a big race. Always take it very professionally and very, um, you know, um, just know that there is danger no matter what it is, and take it very seriously. That's the word I was looking for, was take it very seriously, that you are doing something that has your life and the other individual's hands of life in that vehicle, and do it to the best of your ability. And if you can, look at old footage, look at old maps, look at old ask somebody to give you, hey, can you share anything in particular that you know about this course? I know me personally, if anybody ever asks me about anything, I'll give you the advice. I'll give you the warnings of where you should worry about something, because that's the last thing I want is somebody to get hurt out there, knowing that this is a sport that that's being done for fun. Obviously, everybody wants to win, which I do, but I think if you put a level playing field into something, then that only makes you that much better of an individual because you have to basically raise the bar on yourself to be better than the individual before you. And really, to me, a lot of things that I do, it's not that I want to be better than everybody else. I want to be better than myself, today and tomorrow and the day after that, because that's what really is going to separate you as an individual of how good you are for any team. So, that's my biggest thing is to share on that, because I've had several people ask me as far as how I got to where I got, and I wanted to share. Yeah, kind of keep it short. Of that, obviously what I have planned for 2026, and then the next race is coming up. Obviously, the Baja 1000. Looking forward to that. Helping the guys out and seeing what happens there, and then I don't know what will be of me in 2026. Yeah, 2026. When it comes to the score series, if I will be doing it, if I won't, I don't know. That I think there's a lot of factors I think in that as far as if I'm depending on how busy I am. I mean, I do have a normal day job, but again, and I feel like I'm going to commit myself to the OFB racing team for next year. So, which I'm really excited for. And again, I wanted to keep it short today. I don't have really much of anything else other than sharing, what how to get involved in racing and being a part of it too as well. And I'm hoping that I can, again, I keep saying this every time, that I can get another navigator on here to kind of share their experience, their side, how they got to where they're at, and how hard it's been, how easy it's been, and how they started and got going. Because it's just it's a fun sport, and again, I really appreciate those that I run into at racing events that come say hi to me, that that we talk, and those that know of me. I appreciate that, and especially those that cheer me on, and those that support this kind of stuff on this podcast. I know sometimes maybe it might be boring, and I'm just sharing. Like I said, I'm not a professional. This is something that I just enjoy doing. I'm passionate about it, and I'm very fortunate that this is something that my father gave to me, who is no longer here, and I try and do the best that I can to honor him, his legacy in what he taught me, and I'm very appreciative of that. That the people that say hi to me and and cheer me on and keep saying I should keep doing this. I really appreciate it, and I'll that's really all I got. I don't want to drag it out, but appreciate you, everyone that listens, and I'll hopefully next time or next week I can say what's definitely going down as far as the 1000, or if I'll be doing maybe a recap of the 1000 by then. So anyway, appreciate anyone that listens, and just have a great week.